Welcome back to Black Swan Outdoors. Welcome back to Black Swan Outdoors. Today we're going to talk about some masting options. So I think one of the easiest and simplest ways to build a fairly sturdy mast is to go to your local hardware store, big box store, and get yourself some top rail. Top rail comes in 10-foot sections, and it comes swedged like this. Now, if you want to find a cheaper option, I think these go for about maybe 10 bucks for each rail. A cheaper, you can go to a farm store and ask for barn curtain. Barn curtain comes in many different other sizes as well, or curtain rods rather. And you might be able to find a cheaper deal if you're in a more rural area. So a couple things here is about this top rail is that it is heavy, but it's more of a semi-permanent setup than what you would for something like plastic. Another option here is a painter's pole. I think this may be 30 feet. So I know it's a little over 25 feet, 30, 35 feet. Put in the comments below if you know the exact height of this. Couple of modifications to think about if you're using either one of these is I like to put in these little elastic ties or snugger balls to hold any kind of cabling going up against the pole. And then I like to guy out the poles. And so what I do is I just put in some eyelets, just drill in some eyelets right in here, and then it's ready to be guyed out. And you can put wire rope or nylon rope or something on there as well. For the painter's pole, if you can see it here, is just a hose clamp. And then I just took cut sections of PVC as guy lines that I'll use to guy out. And then on the PVC here is just a 1/2 inch threaded female to slip female that goes onto the top here. And you get a fairly decent fit. It's not perfect. The threading is completely different. There are cheaper or other options that you can buy that made products that you can purchase to make this adaptation. The only thing I would add to this is that if you keep the antenna fairly small on the top or use glue PVC, you won't have a problem with the antenna coming undone. But I've done that in wind where if it's not glued in, you can lose an antenna from the top. So, okay, so how to mount these things? You can do it a couple different ways. You can certainly bury these in, but we're talking about a communication site that's got to be mobile, so burying isn't really a great option. So instead of burying, you can kind of quasi-bury it in the sense that you can carry a bucket of sand with you. This bucket of sand is quite heavy. I just put in a PVC pipe here, and so when I want to mast this off, all I have to do is slide the pole right inside there, and I can shim that if I wanted to. Take some sticks or whatever. This was a scrap piece of PVC, so and then essentially then I can just set up my communication site right there. Of course, you can use cinder blocks. Also, you could use cement inside here, water for weight if you didn't want to carry the sand with you. You know, soil and rocks from the area if you're in, if that's something capable. So you don't have to carry something heavy. But again, so I can mast my antennas pretty quick and easy. Now, what this bucket is actually sitting on is my my main mast here. It's on a welded platform. Just had some scrap metal welded, and then I have these. Had these angles sliding in to large 2-inch square conduit, and so I have square conduit going in here just as the brace for the post, and then the top rail goes all the way up I'm not sure how, I guess it's 28 feet maybe. And so basically these sections just come apart. If you can see at the top here, there's a cross piece that is just put into place with a brace, cross braces, and that gives me the ability to put up 2 additional antennas. So I can bring up an antenna on that mast, as well as using the J pole that's at the top, where I can bring the whole mast down quickly and put it up. There's guy lines on here. You'll see I don't have the bolts on that one because I wanted to keep it fairly light as possible. So I used a prusik hitch to hitch 2 lines. And really all I need is 2 lines at this point because of the base is pretty standard in decent weather. This holds up fairly well. The platform gives me the ability to drive my car onto that, so I just back my car up onto that. And in pretty calm weather, I can mast without the guy lines. So I can throw up this mast setup in less than 5 minutes. So I can do that pretty quickly. And I can get 3 antennas up if I need 3 antennas. And then I have the option here to put up another antenna inside this bucket if I wanted to, and I could put up another antenna inside that slot if I wanted to as well. But you know, I don't have the need for those right now. So those are some quick masting ideas. In the next video, I'll show you what it looks like to deploy the painter's pole without the bucket.